Why do some people seem like memory wizards while others struggle to retain the simplest facts? Could it be their routines, their rest, or even how they approach learning? What if I told you science holds the key to unlocking your full learning potential? Today, we're diving deep into the science of learning. We'll explore how the brain reshapes itself to accommodate new information, how memory works, and how you can build a routine that helps you study effectively, no matter the subject. The human brain is extraordinary in its ability to adapt. This capability, known as neuroplasticity, means that your brain is constantly reshaping itself through your experiences. Learning is one of the most powerful ways to influence this change. However, this adaptability doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent effort and focus over time. One challenge is that neuroplasticity tends to decrease with age, making it harder to learn as we grow older. Fortunately, there are simple strategies to maintain and even enhance it. Practice frequently. Regular learning keeps your brain active and encourages it to adapt. Socialize. Building relationships and interacting with others stimulates the brain, helping it retain its flexibility. Social connections enrich your experiences, making learning easier and more effective. People who actively engage in learning and maintain strong social networks are more likely to excel in their areas of interest. It might seem logical to stay up all night studying, thinking more time awake equals more knowledge. But the opposite is true. Sleep is a critical component of learning. During sleep, your brain consolidates memories, organizing and strengthening the information you've absorbed while awake. To enhance memory retention, maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Study before going to bed to help the brain solidify what you've learned. Skipping sleep or having an irregular schedule prevents your brain from fully processing new information, making it harder to retain what you've studied. Spaced repetition is a cognitive learning technique that leverages the brain's natural forgetting curve to optimize the process of memorization. When you first encounter new information, your brain tends to forget it over time. But with strategically timed reviews, you can reinforce the neural pathways associated with that knowledge. This repetition ensures that information is moved from short-term to long-term memory. The core idea of spaced repetition is to review material at increasing intervals. Initially, you might revisit the material after a few minutes or hours, then after a day, a few days, and so on, with each interval becoming progressively longer. By spacing out the review sessions, you can maximize retention while minimizing the amount of time spent on each session. This approach is far more efficient than cramming all the information in one go, which tends to lead to rapid forgetting. Spaced repetition is often implemented using tools like flashcards, where each flashcard is reviewed at intervals based on how well you remember the information. If you recall something easily, the interval before you review it again will be longer. If you struggle to recall it, the interval will be shorter, allowing for more frequent reinforcement of the material that requires the most effort. This technique can be applied across various fields, from language learning to medical exams, and is supported by research in cognitive psychology and neuroscience. It helps to solidify knowledge by forcing the brain to retrieve information multiple times over extended periods, which strengthens the memory trace. Over time, this method builds a deep, lasting familiarity with the material. For example, study a concept today, review it a few days later, return to it again a week after that. This process strengthens your memory by forcing your brain to revisit and reinforce what you've learned. Even when your brain absorbs new information, it can easily forget it, if not revisited. This is where active recall comes in. By deliberately recalling information without looking at your notes, you force your brain to retrieve and reinforce its connections to that memory. For instance, try quizzing yourself on key points from a lecture or creating flashcards for practice. This technique not only helps you retain information longer, but also deepens your understanding by making the brain work harder to retrieve the knowledge. So, there you have it, the science of learning demystified. By leveraging neuroplasticity, ensuring proper memory consolidation, practicing spaced repetition, and using active recall, you can transform your study habits and unlock your full potential. Remember, learning is a journey, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and enjoy the process of acquiring new knowledge. Start today. Choose one of these strategies and try it out. Notice the difference it makes in how you learn, and don't forget to share your experiences. Comment below with your favorite technique or any insights you've discovered. Let's learn and grow together.